Morning, everybody. Happy Thursday to you. Hi, Esther. It's good to see you, dear. How you been? I saw you last night in the audience at the Sisters show. Thank you for being there as always. It's good to see you. I just woke up this morning and decided that I wanted to do a pop-up live. Couple of reasons. One of the reasons was we didn't get a chance to answer some questions last night because we now take questions from the community pages for the sister show. And this afternoon I'll be on with the mediums, but I just wanted to spread some cool stuff that happened to me and that I shared over my trip and my trip back. So that's why I decided to come on this morning. So thanks to everybody who's here or who watches this later. And yeah, I put my picture of my house up. It doesn't have my metal roof on it because it was taken before my roof was fixed. But it meant to indicate there's no place like home. Hi, Greg. Hi, Andrea, 54, Hector. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Emmy J. Hi, Lise. Hi, Lisa. How are you? Good to see you, dear. Oh, it's nice to have you all here. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for being here this morning. Hope everybody's doing okay. Can you believe that the official weekend of the summer starts? Maybe it's called the unofficial weekend of the summer starts this weekend with Memorial Day. I always look at it as being the beginning of the summer. Hi, Arlene Renee. Nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Yeah, so I'm going to recommend something. If you go on a long trip with your husband and he wants to hurry up, or your partner or whoever you're with, and they want to hurry up and get home, then you drive 839 miles in one day. That was the second day. OMG. Wipe me out. Hi, Martha Bean. Hi, Jay Marcus. Oh, hey, I'm looking forward to seeing you on the show. I'm going to be interviewing Jay Marcus soon, and I can't wait. That would be so much fun. Yeah, so I got some stuff I want to share with you, but I'll take some questions for you if you need to have questions answered. If you want to put them up, that's fine. Get to them after I talk about some of my things that I want to talk about. Aloha, Eliza. It's good to see you. Oh, my goodness. It's great to see everybody. Thanks for being here. So I just want to start this by saying I've been to Sedona before. I've been there 3 times. I believe it's twice or 3 times. And it is beautiful. It's mystical. Every time it's different. Of course, this time, oh, good. Thanks, Jay. This time it was a little bit different because the energies that were brought there from everywhere were also included. And the Sedona Mago resort where we stayed, as you probably have seen on some other videos, was 20 miles out of Sedona on a dirt road. And sometimes you're driving down that dirt road and you're thinking, am I going the right way? Because your phone doesn't always work out there either. So coming out, I had EQ following me and somebody else was behind her. And I said to Keith, what the heck? Everybody said that they've seen deer out here. I haven't seen any deer out here. And out here, there's a deer. I'm like, oh, okay, there's a deer. And not only one deer, but I went down just a little bit further and there's another one. So, but Keith saw one of the javelinas. He was coming back from the main area by himself, getting ready to leave. And he said, I encountered a very odd looking pig. And he said it was about 75 to 100 pounds, but it didn't have the teeth because these are wild boars. Oh, he did? I'm going to have to watch that, Craig. Oh, my. I had no idea Elvis was. Of course, Sedona would have been a hole in the wall in in 1960. Well, you know what I mean. Right now, it's just a thriving metropolis. Although we asked the guy at one of the restaurants we ate at whether or not this was their busy season, and so he said, no, actually, yes, this weekend coming up will be the last of the busy season because most people don't go there when it's really, really hot in the summer. And I can understand that. It's very, I mean, it was beautiful there. But anyway, so God, we when we pulled in on Thursday morning to Sedona because we had to wait till 2:00 to check in. Yeah, it was cheaper for sure. We walked around the town. We went to some of the shops. It changed a lot since I had been there in 2006, I think it was. And so I was crossing the street with some folks, and this woman, beautiful woman, she reminded me of one of my colleagues. She turned and she said, oh my God. Oh, I had a shirt on that said be kind or something. And she said, that's beautiful. Thank you for wearing that. Everybody needs to be that way. And she's talking to everybody and she's giving them all these beautiful admonitions. And she was just a real ambassadress for the city. And so, you know, that's never happened to me before. But I do know that when people are ready for somebody to come to them and talk to them, that they're pretty open and they show their openness. And this lady was just a sweetheart. She really was. And actually, she sells some skin cream, I think. I saw her and I said, there she is again. And she was just gorgeous. And I was able to get some, I love this. Don't go yeah unless you know. But I was able to get some iced latte with lavender in it. And it's my favorite latte. And you can't find that everywhere. So that was downtown in Sedona on the day before we all met each other. So, oh, hi, Carol Lamb. I had so much fun with Allison. Oh my God. I'm glad you're listening, sweetheart. Hi, Deb Marsh. Hello. Anybody else? I did get your questions so far. Hypnicity, Tana, Mystic Library of Woo, Martha Bean. If you have questions, I'm going to get to them. I promise. I just wanted to chit chat for a little while and then I'll do it. Yeah. So, while I was in Sedona, we went into, hi, Starlight. Okay, Lisa, I got it. We went to this place called Vortex Sedona, which had all the most beautiful stones, as you can imagine. And I said to them in there, how do you work here? Because I'd be flying through the air, you know. And that's where Keith and I had our aura picture done. It was more of a computerized one, but it was okay. And it was just really, it was a lot of fun. And the lady was very nice. But I wanted to pick up a stone or something from there. So I looked all around. I said to Keith, you pick something out. And of course, he picked something out for himself, which was interesting because he's a Gemini. And so he's always in the air. So he picked up a... what's the one? The dark black stone. You know what I'm talking about. I'll have something to say about that too. I can't remember shit, but I can remember every 70s and 80s song lyric that I heard all the way home. Anyway, so I went over and there was this most beautiful stone that was sitting. It's like a whitish with pink in it. It's just gorgeous. And it's cinnabar. Yes, Hypnicity. Thank you, dear. It was obsidian. Thank you. Yep. Thanks for prompting me. Oh my God. So this is a cinnabar, and I picked up what it meant. And it says here that it is dragon's blood and the magician's stone, and it's ideal for creative people to attract abundance. It increases persuasiveness. It assists in releasing resentment and anger. And it helps face one's reality without denial. And it helps treat deep-seated infections and the immune system, of which I have fibromyalgia. And so, I mean, everything about this, I like the creativity part of it. I like the magician's stone. I like the abundance. I like the creative people. So that's what I picked up. And I was very, very pleased. I also ended up picking up, I always am drawn to this beautiful light blue stone. And it is for mental. Hi, Jella. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you're here. Thanks for being here. Thank you so much. We're happy to have you. We have a very good community. And if you've been on other channels and you've seen me on other channels, you know we're sort of connected. So, hi, Cal. Nice to see you. Nice to see you guys. Yeah. So, yeah. So I got home, and so the first day we ended up in Ely, Nevada, which is about 550 miles out of Sedona. And we stayed, it was very late. As a matter of fact, my husband and I really had to pee. And so we stopped on the side of the road, I squatted on the side of the road. This was like at 10 o'clock at night that night. And he stood there, and we both went pee, and not one car came either way. So it was like, okay, very good. So that worked out all right. So we ended up staying there overnight. Okay, Kelly, I understand. Give a big kiss to Rosie the dog. So he decided that he wanted to actually drive home. And I said, well, let's see how it goes. So we end up going through Kingman. We decide to come back a different way. We go through Vegas, which I hate. I hate it. I'm sorry. I hate Vegas. We didn't go into it. We just went by it. And then we went up through, let's see, we went all the way up through Nevada, into Idaho, into Oregon. And I wanted to stop. I said, let's stop. Hi, Jane. Just in time for the potty story. So Jane, since you say that, my aunt was born in 1899. And so she had a story to tell when she was a little girl. They were traveling in the car, and my grandmother said, come on, you have to go potty. We have to go way, 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 way out into the woods, you know? And so they kept walking, and my aunt said, is this all right? Is it? Nope, we got to go further. So they finally found a spot. They squatted, and they heard woo, woo, and a train went by waving at them. And that would have been probably around 1930. So just very fascinating. No, maybe less than that. Had to have been less than that if she was born in 1899. So it's maybe like 1910. I don't know. Anyway, you might like it in Vegas. Some people, I talked to Mel. Mel says he feels it's very negative there as well. And, but if you really like, the shows are supposedly good. And, yeah, so, we'll see. Everybody's different. So, hi, Viviani. Hi, Tana. I did see you came on, Tana. Sorry. So, yes, you can put up some questions, and I will get to them in a few minutes or a little while. Just wanted to throw out a few things while I can. The other place I went in Sedona when I was there was Little Tibet, which really thrills me because, no, they didn't recognize the tracks lights. Of course, it's barren out there at that time of the in the world. So I don't know. I know. Yes, this is why. Absolutely. If you are sensitive to energies in Vegas, then I can't even go to the Vegas airport. I skipped going through that airport because I just can't take the airport either. And of course, if you're also a person that doesn't like a lot of loud noise, then you won't like the one-armed bandits and the other things like that. So, yeah, absolutely. But that's another reason why I don't like it there. But, people got to live there. People got to work there. I did live in Reno, and I loved Reno. And Reno was a gambling place, but didn't have the energy of Vegas. Again, I went to Sedona twice, 3 times before this. But I believe that the place is more magical depending upon the purpose of and the people that are congregating there, made that all very, very well, lifted up our energies and just brought that extra dimension of purpose to us. And so while I was there, I got a message from my guides that said, look for the magic. Look for the magic everywhere you go. It's always there. You have to look for it. Expect the magic. And it will definitely show up for you. So on the way down, my husband and I love Katie Porter, the representative out of California. And so we listened to her audiobook, which was excellent, excellent, excellent. Oh, good, Elijah. Magic Rains. How expensive was what, Craig? Going, the whole thing, the whole kit and caboodle? It it was $27 or $2,800 for Keith and I to go with lodging, and for me to go to conferences, and for food, all of those things combined. We probably spent another $500 or $600 on hotels down and one hotel back. And we ate really minimally, like we stopped and got something at Subway or something like that. So I'm going to say all told, it probably ended up costing me around total $4,000, I would guess, which is a lot of money. But we hadn't been on vacation now for about 6 years. And I've never gone to a conference like this before. Oh, it is? Yes, right, Hypnicity. I knew that. Yeah. So for me, it was money well spent. It was great to have the company of my husband, who I don't see very often. Yes, Tammy, I would like you to do more with your channel. I think that would be awesome if you did. Yeah. Oh, there you go, Viviani. You can do magic. Absolutely. So on the way back, okay, Craig. So save up your pennies and we'll do it again. Can't put a price on experience. That's right. And it was $1 million experience. It really was. Hi, Maya. Nice to see you. So on the way back, we finished Katie Porter's book, and I had this book that I heard all about, and I wanted to make sure that I got on Audible, because we were listening to them. And hi, Vicki. And it is called I Am the Word by Paul Selig. And the reason I have a hard copy of it is because my husband insisted that he wanted to read it too, because he wanted to get all the information down. And this absolutely completed my opening, I guess. And yes, Jane, I do. I feel very widely open. Yes, Sharon, thank you, dear. Very wide open, receiving messages, intuitions, synchronicities with people that were there that I didn't know before. I wasn't able to sit with everybody, which would have been a really nice thing to do. But I there was, I think Linda said there were 90 or 80 something participants. And of course, the teachers, there were 7 or 8 of those. So we had nearly 100 people. And at the very least, even if I didn't get a chance to talk to everybody, we were smiling, we were we were involved with each other. And the negativity was kept at a minimum. It really, I do know that there was some of it because my husband heard it, but he said, please don't focus on it because it's not important. So, Tammy, if you get Audible, you can listen to something on your phone while you're driving or riding in a car, and it's absolutely wonderful. And usually it's the person who's written the book that reads it, unless it's an older one, But anyway, if you get a chance, Paul Selig is one of the channelers, a newer channeler. He's been around since 2008 or 2009. He actually is a colleague of mine. I don't know him, but he is a writing teacher at Goddard College. And so to me, he's simpatico with me. And what he has to say, it is really Libra. Oh, yeah, this book. I didn't know Cash just talked about it. There are no mistakes. So yes, I recommend it. I'm now listening. I still have it to listen to. And actually there's meditations that he'll do. So I would want to listen to those and not read them. But I just decided I needed to have the wording that I need in order to create what I want in my life from this book and from what was channeled from the masters. And so there you go. Anyway, yeah, good. And the other thing is he talks about the Christ consciousness in here, but it's just a way of explaining the consciousness of the universe. And so if you're not Christian, if you're even, he said, even atheists have a belief in something usually. So yeah, good book. Good book. And finally, coming back, my husband always had the 70s music from Sirius FM playing, or the 80s. I go between those two. And I always knew I knew a lot of songs, but I sang every song just about that was on the radio. I knew most of the lyrics. I remember where I was at the time that I heard it. It brought me back to all those beautiful memories. It reminded me of such a perfect time in this world that I lived. And it also reminded me that I'm not having problems remembering song lyrics from the 70s or the 80s, but I'm having problems coming up with a word like, shungite, or what was it? There was something that happened and I said, that thing that you put in the other thing that you push out. So I got home and I ordered Prevagen, and we'll see how that works. Yep. Oh, yes, Tammy. Wayne Dyer is fabulous. My book club is meeting this Sunday again. We meet once a month, and we just finished reading this one, The Power of Awakening by Wayne Dyer. He is, of course, deceased, but this was one of his seminars that he did. And I'm getting some good feedback from people about what they got out of this particular book so far. And we haven't even talked about it yet. But they're telling me the second chapter means a lot. Transcend your form. So anyway, always recommend that. You did? Oh, you take Mematine? Okay, cool. All right. Hi, Sharon. I know. I love that music too. Yeah. Hi, Lauren Hunsinger. Yeah. Well, I got it on Amazon. I got Prevagen on Amazon. I don't know. Is it not? You don't have to get somebody that subscribes it. I don't know. It was $100, but I thought it worth a try. Your book club is reading The Power of 8. Okay. Good, Jane. That's awesome. I'm glad to know that you're doing book club as well. That's awesome. I have about 12 to 14 people. We meet once a month on Zoom. And some people say, oh, I haven't gotten around to reading it yet. But you know what? We just love talking to each other. So if anybody's really feeling that they want to connect with us, it's usually 3:00 on a Saturday, because we do have people from Sweden and New Zealand and all those other places. Oh, it did, Vicky. Okay. Well, thank you. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Ava Mori. All right. So I've got about 8 questions so far. That's okay, Vicky. I got what you meant. Yeah. Listening on our... You're going to Sedona, Lorraine? Go to the Crystal Vortex if you can. If you're looking for stone. Oh, my God. I loved it there. Lion's mane mushroom for brain clarity. Put the powder. Oh, cool. You know what? I tried ashwagandha, and I found out that it does something to one of my tests that I take, my blood tests that they do. So I kind of backed off that, but I thought that was worth trying. Hi, Rossi's Den. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming over and seeing us. All right. So yeah, I'm sure there'll be more that I'll remember. I will tell you that I was able to meet a couple. There were people there that told me there were lurkers, and so they haven't really told me who they were. But there were other people that were there that I recognized, and I knew the name. And one of them was Alice Leon, and she brought me the sweetest thing. She brought me a little pouch to put in some of my stones, and some wonderful scent, like spray and things like that. Hi, Ann. Hi. No, Craig, it was not paved. The whole thing was potholes and dirt. Yeah, it was crazy, but I did expect it, so I didn't really. Hi, Isabella. I didn't really worry about it. A lot of people did, but I was with Keith, so I knew we would be together if we broke down or whatever. And the other person is, I met Connie B. All of you probably know Connie B. And Connie B is Navajo. And she brought some beautiful protective um, uh, bracelets for us and told me to put it around my mirror in my car for protection. And that's what I did. And so I felt like we had that covered coming home. And of course, I got lots of fabulous hugs and beautiful conversations at dinner, things like that. Yeah. Oh, okay, Tammy. Well, I did not know he used it for his anxiety. Yeah, it can mess with your blood work. Yep, definitely. Hi, Valerie B. Hi, dear. Valerie, I heard last night, Amanda, I think it was Amanda that said you did a reading for her or a astrology. So I want you to know Valerie B at Illumination Portal does wonderful astrology, as does Oil Painter or Diana. And there are others who do. And but Valerie's coming on my channel real soon. I have some shows coming up with lots of fine folks, and I'm looking forward to it a great deal. So, I also got to meet Celtic Sheila, who I never met and didn't know. And I know I went up to Linda G the first day we were there, and I said, let's stop talking about not having one of these next year. And she said, oh, I don't know, Ellie, I don't know. And I wouldn't want that responsibility. It's a lot of responsibility. She had a lot of people that backed out at the last minute. And fortunately for those on the wait list, they were able to get in. But that kind of stress is very difficult. And worrying about that everybody gets what they're supposed to get and do what they're supposed to do. And the readings she did for us, when we all had Linda, and I had her the last day with my group, each group had about 12 of us in a group or 15 perhaps. And then she got a few others in that group, like Debbie Freebird Spirit and Intuitive Kim, a couple others that were there to present, but they also got readings from Linda. She ended up doing 40 readings a day. We sent her some energy afterwards. And then she got dizzy, but that's too much, too many readings. And she did 40 readings the day before and 40 readings the day after. And that's an awful lot of readings to do. And she did it in 4 hours. So, we each got, or maybe it was 5 or 6 hours, but we each got about 5 to 6 or 7 minutes and had some very interesting stuff told to me. So, hi, Joanne Grayson. Hi. Anyway, yeah. Hi, Wiki. Nice to see you, dear. Nice to see you. Hi, Squadio. Nice to see you, MJ. Wow. Well, we talked about that. Oh, good, Joy Bird. I think you'll like it, honey. It's really good. We talked about that. As a matter of fact, I got a couple of emails from some folks talking about possibly doing a show or doing a conference somewhere. If I can get some folks, I would love to do one up here. It would be wonderful. I can't do it at my property, but you know what I mean. We're also looking at a venue. Well, I'm not looking at it actively. I'm thinking about these things. One of them is in Ohio. But I don't know who can be there to do the classes because, everybody's busy. So I don't know. Let's just leave it open. But I will tell you this. If you ever have the opportunity to go somewhere else and meet up with people, and I've done this before with a group that was called Zods. We were on online community. We met several times. We met in Florence, Oregon, when probably about 20 of us met. And then I met several others, like at Starbucks or in other places, or if they came to town where I was, we met up. And there's just nothing quite like it. You already know these people in a lot of ways, even though you don't. Sometimes for those of us who are here on the shows, people know who we are, but we don't know who they are, especially if they don't have a picture on their little avatar. So I'm sure there were people that were there that maybe were people that I have interacted with, but I just was not aware of it. But I did have several people come up and tell me that they were subscribers, and had a lot of really good I don't know, just magical experiences, especially there's one lady that I met, her name is Daphne, and she is a Reiki healer, wonderful lady. And hi, Brenda. And she, what was I going to say about her? Oh, here goes the short-term memory again. She was coming to meet people of like mind. We had wonderful healing sessions together and good discussions. There's another lady that brought in my hummingbird, which I explained last night on Sisters of the Mystical Tarot. And then there was Allison, who was there. We're going to do a show together, Allie and Allie Squared or something like that. Hers is ALL. Her name is Allison, ALLYSON. Oh, you did? You met Daphne too, Jane? Oh, wow. I'm so glad. Daphne is fabulous. That's great. That's great, Jane. And when you come back, Jane, you're coming on my show with me. So I want to hear all about your experiences out there. Yes. I also want to send a shout out to EQ if she's possibly listening at some point. She's a beautiful spirit, very lovely lady. And so is Ivana Intuitive, who I was able to meet. We had a great time. Hi, Teresa TAK. I guess when she went home, she found out that her sister-in-law passed. So I want to send a lot of love and to her and her brother and so on. Thanks, Lauren. I know. It wasn't, I didn't feel like it took away any time from my own experience. In fact, it only added to my time by coming on and being able to share with you what it was that I was seeing and doing at the time. A lot of people have had a different agenda, which was their agenda. And I didn't have an agenda, actually. I just said, I just got to take a few minutes to come on and talk a little bit about this, just because I felt like everybody here was waiting to know how it was going and wanted to be a part of it in some way. And so absolutely, it was my pleasure to do that. And that is part of why I'm here, in effect, is to bring us all together as much as possible, in the smallest way. But yeah, thanks, Ava or Ava. Yeah, good. Yeah. Oh, he did too? Intuitive Kim's brother-in-law passed? And EQ's sister-in-law passed? Wow. Ooh. My dad passed when I went to a gathering of Sun Bears people in Alabama in 1992. And while I was there, we were doing this magical and mystical powwow. And at that time, my dad passed. So sometimes the brother, okay. Okay. Thank you. All right, let's get to some questions. Thanks, everybody, for your feedback. I always love your feedback. Martha Bean, you're confusing the answers you get. You know why, Martha? You're probably confusing the answers you get because you're doubting yourself. And so you keep asking. So my feeling is if you can ask the question and remove yourself from your thoughts and actually try to get the question answered from your heart without thinking about it and judging it, then you'll have a better chance of accessing the answer that you need. But it's always hard to read for ourselves because our ego, and I don't even mean like we think we're all that in a bag of chips. I just mean our thinking brain, our ego mind takes over, and we either think it's something disastrous or we think it's something like better than ever. And how could that be? And so I just want to mention that to you. And but I'm definitely happy to give you a message from your guides here. I don't know if you're planning on some direction you're wanting to go on, or if it's just general. Hi, Scorpio Mama. Hello. Yeah, I think we all do it. Vicky. You're right. I mean, I do it. I do it because on the way down, I had that vision and I thought, am I just making it? It didn't feel like I was making it up. And then as I read this book, I knew it validated it for me. So I get validations in books. I get validations in songs. I get validations in symbols. My deer are my spirit animals. Hummingbird reminds me of those on the other side. And there are other symbols that when they come to me, I kind of understand what they want. All right. Ooh, okay. All right. So, Martha Bean, I see you're going through a storm. Maybe it's already passed, but if it hasn't passed, it will pass. It's very, very important for you to give yourself over to it. In other words, resistance is futile. Don't resist it. Let it work itself out, and so that you can feel as though you've been able to, let it flow. Let it flow like a river. It isn't comfortable when we go through it. I recognize that. Just keep saying, it is what it is. It is what it is. And this too shall pass. This too shall pass. You are getting assistance. You're getting assistance from the higher realms. So you have been asking your guides. Your guides are telling you. Make sure that you ask for the highest form of, bring in the angels as well. Bring in the angels. Angels don't lie. I'm not saying guides do, but angels are higher protection and a higher energy for you. So, but you are getting that assistance there. And they want you to know that everything is in right order. Everything that you're doing, everything that's happening is in the order it was meant to be. And again, the storm shall pass. I'm going to pull one more card here. I'm going to pull a card from my fairies deck. I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but it tells you to improve your diet. Improve your diet and your life will also improve. Now, remember, there are different kinds of diets. There is a diet that you can have for the news. In other words, just don't watch the news if the news is really bad, or take a diet from worry, or take a diet from, so it doesn't mean that you necessarily have to lose weight or eat, yes, it's always good to eat right, drink a lot of water, but a diet can also consist of more than food consumption. Okay. So if it's a media diet, that would be, stay away from the media for a while, or do a slim version of it. If you're needing to rest, take an activity diet. Think of things in different ways that can be analogies or metaphors for something else. This leads to more opportunity. And again, I'm going to put this up. Always, always look for the magic. There's always symbols around you. There's always magic around you. And you are here to live and grow and rise to a higher vibration. So, Martha, I'm not sure, but let it go. Take a diet from asking your guides, or bring them in your dreams, or bring in maybe some of your angels. How about that? That just might help. All right. Ooh, what a perfect question. Diet from drama. There's another one. Yeah. Hi, Rose Blue. Hi, honey. All right. So I am coming back to look at. Oh, you're welcome, Silver Lining. Thank you so much. Oh, really? James Van Pro? That's wonderful. Do exercises with James Van Pro. That's great. All right, Martha Bean, you had a comment. I'd love to connect deeper to spirit. Not sure where to go next. Okay, so my feeling is that you ask spirit to lead you to the right place. Tell them that you are open to receiving and getting information from the guides and the angels and the universe, and that you would like to be pointed in the correct direction. Some of you have said this morning that Cash Peters talked about this book, and then I did. Well, if you're looking for a book, it doesn't mean you have to get this book. All it means is that, you looked somebody gave you a direction to go in, and if that resonates with you, then perhaps you can look at it in that way. So again, none of us here doing any readings, doing any TV shows are any better than any of you. I always tell my own students in my college classrooms, I may have gone to school for a number of years more than you do, but I'm always open to what you have to say. And I want you to know that I am a student of the universe, and I'm a student of spirituality as well. I am not the be all and end all. And anytime anybody asks you to be that, be a dedicated whatever, a guru or what, you don't want, you need to run away. As a matter of fact, somebody said that at the seminar. They said, if this was a cult, all of us together down there, if this was called a cult, because some of her friends was saying it was a cult. She said, I'd be in, because it's just all about love. And I agreed with her. And she said, it can't be a cult unless somebody's telling you you have to do something that you don't either want to do, or you're looking to them directly for making up your mind for you. Once you give up your own, reason and your own intuition, then you're giving it over to somebody else. Just stick with it. You got all the answers in here. Everybody does. God bless. Thanks, Martha Bean. All right, the Mystic Library of Wu. You've been drawn to the West for years. Why is it calling you so? It called me too. It's a different place. There's just something about it. A lot of people will say, I feel more comfortable on the left coast. Of course, if you're looking at a map of the United States, the left coast is California and Oregon, Washington, Sedona. I told everybody last night that if you're looking to make a change in where you might want to live, pick a few places, go to astro.com. I'm going to write it down. I've known this for years. And, for some reason, you know something, you don't tell everybody about it because you've known it you think everybody knows it. But if you go to astro.com, it will ask you to put in your all of your birth chart information, where you were born, what time, etc. And then you go to, I think it's called travel. It's a travel section. And it takes a look at your chart. If you went to Phoenix, or if you went to Kalamazoo, whatever it is, wherever it is that you're thinking about going, and you take a look at what your lines are going over in that area. This is mostly just for travel. There are people that can do astrocartography and see whether a place is a good place, a good fit for you to live. I did it for Tucson because I liked Tucson. I thought it was really pretty there, but my Saturn line runs right through it, which would mean nothing but problems for me. So I don't need any more problems. When I put it across Western Washington, it was fine, but not below this line. There was like a cutoff area where I shouldn't be, and up here was better. And that doesn't mean that everything is going to go swimmingly well in that area. There's always challenges for all of us, but why not be placed in a place that possibly has your best intentions in mind and your best growth in mind? And I've lived in 11 states, and I didn't know about this until much, much later. And I can definitely see that those places just weren't, I didn't know why I didn't feel at home there. I was very upset about it. I did live in Reno. I liked Reno, but I had a lot of money problems there. So, not that you can have money problems anywhere, though. All right. So you're telling yourself a story, and your story is that you are listening to the wisdom that's on your shoulder, Tammy. And the wisdom on your shoulder is also connected to your heart. And it's telling you possibly that this is where you're supposed to be eventually. I will tell you it's rather expensive to live in certain parts of the area out here, but it is also expensive on the East Coast as well. Boston and Seattle have the same amount of cost of living. They're saying you've been very resilient. and you're working through your magic, and look at the beautiful flower energy that's on here. So your resilience is there. Look to your night vision. Start listening to your dreams, Tammy. I think it's going to tell you where to go. Let me tell you how I knew where I was supposed to go. I was in Massachusetts. We wanted to move west. I've lived here before, but never in Washington State. It was either here or Santa Fe. Those were the two places I wanted to live. So it was the summer solstice. I went out, I did ceremony, and I said to the universe, would you please tell us, my husband and I did it together, where we need to be? Where do we need to be? We need to know where we need to be. And we said, if we hear from, if I get a telephone call from my niece, then it will be an affirmation of that I have been heard by the universe, because she only calls me once in a blue moon. And I said, I'm not sure exactly where we need to be, but I need to get a message of where I need to be. So we get in the car and we go to the grocery store. And on the way to the grocery store, who calls? My niece. So I put my intention out there and I got it back right away. I pick up the phone and I said, well, hello there. And she said, Aunt, pack your bags. We're moving to Seattle. So I turned to Keith and I said, it's Seattle. And Seattle it was. And that was in 2007. Never look back. Love it here. Put your intention out, Tammy, and look to the night vision. Look to your dreams. It's fascinating. Oh, you were watching reruns. You can ask for signs and symbols. Yes. All right, Rossi. In the midst of major eye issues. Okay. All right. Let's see. You're welcome, Martha. Joanne. Mahalo. Gabby Bernstein's book. Yes. Once they make up your mind for you. Yep. Spiritual or alien or both. The left coast. Yep. Hi, Kiba. Pisces greeter. Okay. Arizona, Colorado, and Oregon. If you are a person that I love Colorado. It's a purplish blue state. Arizona, deeply red, although some areas of blue, if that's a problem for you. Oregon, same thing. Yep. Some people, I know I'd love to go to New Zealand, but I really, 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 really don't like to fly. Hi, Catherine Sullivan. I'm glad you're here. Thank you. Hi, Heather. Let me see. I want to just make sure that every state has their great, yeah, absolutely true. Yep. Oh, you did, Jane? That's Ryan. Oh, yep. All right. So I'm trying to toggle back and forth between your comments and your questions. I already have 12 questions right now, and I'm guessing we've already been here almost an hour. So I'm going to say that, could you please stop for now? I will tell you that I have everybody's question up until Heather P., which was at 11 o'clock. All right. Thank you. All right. Let's see. So, Tana, can your guides ask why killer whales are sinking ships? They're pissed. Whales have a very tenuous constitution. They're I don't know. It reminds me of the manatees when the speedboats in Florida go over them. I mean, could it be that these ships are going over them? I will tell you this. Yes, I agree. And orcas are angry about their habitat. They're just. When I went on a ship with my ex-husband, who was a first Marine engineer. I was lucky. It was a ship that was from an oil company, and I have to tell you, my eyes were quite opened as to the pollution. And so, they're drinking in all these contaminants. We have ocean water now that in do you guys know about the Texas size garbage between us and Japan, between the West Coast and Japan, full of trash? And then there's one also down in Anne's neck of the woods, down in Australia, New Zealand, where it's like a huge area where the Gulf Streams meet, and all this garbage is in there. And so it's like us swimming in a toilet. I mean, it really is. And they are. And Rose, you could be, cargo ships are interrupting them. There's you're having a lot of loads beaching in the UK. Satellites are putting them. Oh, wow. Yeah, I believe that, Rossi. Yep. They are tired of our crap. That's for sure. They are very definitely tired of us. And I mean, they're beautiful, beautiful animals. Hi, Jay Tucker. Yeah, it is. Nobody does talk about it. As a matter of fact, when I have students write research papers for me, some of them do it on that big garbage dump. And I don't know. I didn't know about it till a few years ago. And yes, this is what we've been using, our intuition. It doesn't take too much for us to figure it out. But I think because all of us are working here together on it, we're all getting the same thing. So yes. And you are seeing beach whales here. And, the porpoises as well. I mean, did you know that a dolphin is considered to be it's a sentient being, but it's also considered to be I want to say, sounds like a weird word, but it's a person in India. They consider it to be a person, or they have rights, in other words. Yeah. Okay, Silver Lining, no problem. Okay, honey, take care. Take care of yourself. Thanks for coming by. So I hope that answers it, Tana. I agree with everybody's assessment here, and it's horrible. It's a horrible situation. Will you ever catch a break? Well, not if you keep asking. You got the new roof on, but the solar panels are still in the yard. Now your heat pump is dying. 3 letters. B, B, B. Better Business Bureau. Better Business Bureau. Call them up. If these people aren't coming over to take, you know what? And I've seen this so many times. You get somebody that comes to work on your home, they get 3/4 of it done, and they don't want to do the finish work. And they should never be allowed to have that happen. Put it on Google, put it on Yelp. Call the Better Business Bureau. Call the Consumer Protection Agency. Have you paid for it? That makes me mad. Yeah, you're at a crossroads here. There's a fork in the road. Set the intention that this is going to be taken care of. Not if you can't catch a break. Don't put any negativity into it. Say, I set the intention that the people come and put my solar panels on. I am seeing them come to my house and getting up on my roof and putting on my solar panels. Take pictures. I think that's important. Take pictures of what's going on. See if you can get a time date stamp on it. Very important. I think you're going to get a sign from the angels. I hope so. Follow some of the physical things, but also follow and look for the magic. Look for the magic. Sorry, this is happening. You are not alone when it comes to new construction. I used to be a loan officer, and whenever somebody wanted me to get a loan for them for a house, and they were building it, and they were told it was going to be done in 60 days. It was never done. Sometimes it went to 120, 180, because they get so much of it done, and then they don't come in and finish the windows, the stuff in the inside. They don't paint it. They don't clean it. They don't lay the carpet on it or whatever it is. And then these people would lose money, not only from them, but from where they were renting, and also from me, where they had locked in a really good rate, and I can't do anything about it if they didn't close. It was a very stressful job, but it did tell me never to build a house unless they had the money to do it. Yeah. All right, Lisa, let's see. I'm double checking to see if anybody's got any questions. Yeah. Thanks, everybody. And you do know that I have this one and 10 other questions, so that's all we're doing today. I'll be back at 2:30, though, my time, with the mediums. Is there a possibility I will travel to Europe again? Why not? Why not? There's always a possibility. Do you want to? I'm guessing you do. You want to? And you need to, hey, you know what I suggest, Lisa? Figure out where you'd like to go and maybe make a vision board. Maybe make a vision board. So I did tell you guys, if you were here at the other show, that I'm not a lottery player. But Linda D told me something, and she didn't tell me I win the lottery, but she told me something, and I thought, I walked into this store and I said, I think I'll buy a lottery ticket. No, I didn't win the mega bucks. I'll just cut that right out right now. But I don't buy them. And I got a quick pick. My husband's the one that buys them. Never wins. I got $16. And I took that actually as an affirmation. I paid $4 for them. So, I got 16 out of 4. That's okay. Yeah, I don't know if I'll buy another one, but if I walk into a store and I feel like I need to, then I will do it again. That just, yeah. Oh, wonderful, Catherine. That's a beautiful spot. Hi, June Shock. I just, oh, that's great, Catherine. Thank you, dear. Thank you. I'm so glad you live, you're concerned about staying in Estes Park. I have stopped right now with my questions because I've been on almost an hour and I still got about 10 of them to do. However, I will be back here at 2:30 today with 2 other mediums, and we'll be doing readings. And so I would be very happy if you came back and asked that question, and 3 of us can take a look at it. Okay. All right. All right. Lisa, this month, I don't think you're going to go anywhere within the next 10 days. So let's take a look at something else. Let's take a look at something else. I can tell you this, Lisa. Meldor does these, he does these cruises that go, he's doing one on the Rhine River, I believe. And he's taking deposits for it. I want to check into it if that's what you're interested in, which would be in Europe, of course. Yes, Anne, you're coming. Anne will be on with me on Monday. We are 2 spiritual academics, and we'll be discussing ChatGPT and AI and what we have found out about it. So come and see us. All right, Lisa, you're a devotee. You love going to Europe again. So there you go. Right now, you're at a plateau, and it's kind of swampy. I'm guessing that perhaps you don't have the money right now. So I don't see this as being something forever. I think that, yes, you definitely will if you can plan on it. And it says here that you are in the driver's seat. You will be changing some direction. Maybe take a road trip for now. I know that's not Europe, but you know what? Road trips are awesome. So, yeah. Yep. Work on it for a while. Hi, Muley friend. Hi, Sadia. As I said, I have 10 questions I still have to answer, so I will be on at 2:30 with meeting with the mediums. Same channel. We will be taking questions, but I have people that have been waiting here right from the beginning of the hour, so I have to I'm taking their questions first. But I appreciate you asking them, and we're glad you're here. Thank you so much. A few cards, Eliza. All right. I love the name Eliza. It reminds me of My Fair Lady. My Fair Lady. All right, let's see. A few cards. What do we got for you this morning? Ooh. All right. You've got some things that are starting to surface, Eliza. In other words, you've got the gift. Everybody's got the gift. I just want to say that. Can I say that? Everybody's got a gift. Every single one of us. Whether we know it or not, it will unfold if you're open to it. So I believe that you are surfacing something very important. I don't know exactly what it is just yet, but if you aren't already a person who is intuitive, empathic, a light worker, then that is coming, and maybe more, and maybe more. It is celestial in origin, and so I mean it's from the higher realms. It's part of your purpose. It's part of your life path, and so I would keep at it, and be open to it, because you can manifest it and you can bring it to you. Look at the rainbows. And I will tell you that when we got to Meridian, Idaho, the first night we were driving to Sedona, there was a double rainbow over the sky, and my right front tire kept deflating. And so I took that as a message that it was meant to be that I stop in Meridian, Idaho. For whatever reason, I didn't know what it was at the time. It could have been that, my car tire blew out on the highway. So always look for the magic. Always look for the magic. It's there. It's hidden in plain sight, quite honestly. Yep. All right, Isabella. Yes. My husband and I lived in an RV for 5 years on the road. We didn't have the income to support it. So we ended up taking temporary jobs wherever we went. We signed up with Kelly Services. They would put us to work doing all kinds of things. We did greeting cards. I worked at a bank for a while. I worked for a nonprofit answering their phones. My husband worked for the Maine taxing authority in a temporary position. But that was because we didn't have any income. We had to have something. We weren't retired. It was tough for us. Later on, when we lived in our RV, we sold our house and kept whatever else that we wanted to keep in storage. And we lived in our fifth wheel from 2015 until 2018, when I really wanted to have a home, and I found my home I live in now. There's nothing quite like seeing your own country. The United States is a beautiful place to see. A lot of people will go overseas, but they don't see their own country. So I'm a first person to say, yes, you should do it. Hopefully your husband knows a little bit about, if things break down, or, if you need something fixed, or you have an issue with something in the RV. But YouTube has wonderful videos that tell you what to do in that case as well. So I see here that you're getting an up sign. My feeling is you're getting a thumbs up. And of course, this is for entertainment purposes only, everybody. Yes, it is, because I am not God. My husband bought me this. Whoops, for entertainment purposes only. But I'm getting the thumbs up for you here. And I'm getting to pray about it, or to meditate on it, or to dream on it and see what you're getting. But look at all the directions here. We got the 4 directions. This is your oyster. You can go all across the United States. You can also go up into Canada on the Canadian highway. You can go to Alaska. I mean, there's a lot of places you can go, and it is fabulous. It's part of the divine plan. So yes, I would think, yes, you should be able to do it. My feeling is if you do it, it would be wonderful for you to vlog it as you travel along, and let us know where you are from different places. I don't know that you can make money at it, but why not? It's a lot of fun, and you got all those beautiful videos to show for it. So there you go, sweetie. All right. It was really so much fun. I actually, because I have done van life, downsizing to my car and putting stuff up in a canvas thing on the roof, and then putting like a bed in the back, it was okay. But when you have an RV, the one you drive, I don't care for the ones you pull. I just don't. You can't ride in them. You have to ride in the car. And pull over in an RV. get a smallish one so you can go into the national parks. You can stop it on the side of the road. You can stop in a rest area. You can get out of the car or get into the back. You can go to the bathroom. You can make a sandwich. You can get a drink. You can take a nap. You got your own bedding. You don't have to worry that the hotel room is dirty. You got a shower. You got space in there. You got a table. You can have dinner. I remember being at Arches State Park a couple of years ago and pulling into the parking area, opening up the blinds and eating my lunch, looking at Delicate Arch, and it was fabulous. So there you go. Is your business going to take off this summer? All right. Okay. So I see here you're weighing some options at this point, or you're trying to balance something because you'd like to have a nice, stable business. I understand. We opened up my husband's chiropractic office in 2021, and we're still trying to balance the way the money comes in and the amount of people he sees and the way he uses his time. So it's a little bit of a it's a little bit of a climb, but I see you wanting to balance it. It looks like you might be able to do that. But look at this, lots of growth. I mean, when I see a tree, of course, I see growth, exponential growth, but I also see leaves on a tree represent money, dollar bills. You know how they always say money doesn't grow on trees? Symbolically, yeah, symbolically. And look at this, expect changes. Transformation, new beginnings. Butterfly popped out of the chrysalis and now is set free. So I feel like your business is something you've been wanting to do for a long time. You're not working for someone else. You're working for yourself, and this is going to bring you great joy. So with that in mind, set your intentions. My husband also does he says how much business he'd like to get in a week or how many patients he'd like to see in a week. He writes it down. He doesn't put it anywhere, but he keeps it for himself. And then he matches to see how that expectation comes. So what he's doing is putting his intention out that this is what he'd like to see. Some days it doesn't work out that way. Other days it exceeds expectations. So remember to look for the magic. This is a fabulous question, and I am certain. Oh, really, Valerie? He wants to move to Moab. I love Moab. Oh, my God, it's so gorgeous in Moab. It's one of my favorite places in the world, where the Arches National Park is. I'm not a big Utah fan because, but I love that area. It's gorgeous. Oops, what happened to the question? I'm so sorry. What do you do to feed your soul? And I don't think you directed that to me but I think you directed that to all of us. And why won't it stay? Okay. Oh my God. Yeah, I think you need to ask yourself these questions. I'm going to suggest that journal what you do to feed your soul. And what does it mean? What do you do to feed your soul? It means that what is it that you do to take time for spirit? What is it that you do in order to nourish yourself and for you to feel in the zone, in the flow? There's a great book by Mahaley Csikszentmihalyi, and that's a mouthful. It's called Finding Flow. And it talks about an athlete and how they get into their flow and they can run and time just gets away from us. What is it that you do that time gets away from you, but in a good way? For me, one of the reasons that I also live streamed from Sedona was because that feeds my soul. And it was uplifting for me to share with everybody. And it's taken me a long time. As a matter of fact, many years ago, I was told I was going to work from home, which I'm here. But the other thing I was told was that I was going to work in some kind of broadcasting. And I went, right. And Linda G was told to go on and calm people down on YouTube. And she's like, nah, crazy. And Susan, and you just don't know how many people. And not everybody's going to go onto YouTube to feed their soul, but find something that feeds your soul. If it's that you take the time to crochet, or you are a needlepoint person, or you like going out for walks in nature, or you you buy flowers and you work in your garden, all of those things can feed your soul. And if that doesn't work, then go dancing. Listen to old music, right? Look in the mirror and do some self-reflection, do some shadow work, look at your soul, know that you are soul and this is just your vessel. So if you don't like what you look like, get over it. Either do something about it or shut up about it. Love yourself, everybody. Love yourself the way you are. Hard thing to do because you're divinely protected by all the angels and they want you to ask them for help. They are there to help, but they don't interfere in your life unless you ask them to do it. Great question or great posting, Hypnicity. Thank you, dear. You were in a liminal state. You heard a boom like a bomb going off in your psychic space. I checked in and it was some chords being, wow! I had to share that. That is so awesome. So in effect, your clairaudience gave you a verification of what was going on. And even though it wasn't a real noise, it was a noise. That's the other thing I learned. It's not a voice out here. We're waiting for a voice out here. Why isn't they talking to me? It's in here. Listen to the voice in here. Actually, in here. This judges. This is pure love. Listen to the voice. Look for the magic. All right, Rossi, I'll pull some cards to see if we can find something for you. The next ones that I have Silver Lining. I guess she's had to leave. So I have Joanne and I have Heather P. All right, thank you. Dance like no one's watching. I love it. Yes. Oh, Anne, I love that. A community that gets you. And you did find that. Oh, Catherine, that's so nice. You fixed a spaghetti dinner for the unhoused. God bless you, dear. God bless you. Oh, Sharon, thank you so much for putting up Mel's. It's September 6th, 2024. And if you book the trip, I think you have to give them a $400 deposit. You can book the trip by May 31st. And they're going down the Rhine River, which is in Germany and other parts of Europe. There you go. Check into it at least, Lisa. See what it is. All right. Live, enjoy. Oh, awesome. Thanks for everybody for your comments. Oh, hi, Wildflower Wind. It's good to see you, dear. Oh, you do hear those booms. Wow. Bye, Ann. Have a great day, sweetie. All right. Where Ann lives, it's Friday, so she's definitely going to have a great day. All right. Rossi, I'm pulling some cards for you. All right. First card I get is spend some time in solitude. They're asking you to. You don't necessarily have to go camping, but maybe you go outside. I tell you, when we were in Sedona and we were outside, because we were 20 miles out into the desert area, the high desert, we could see the stars just most perfectly. And so many people ended up getting pictures of, there was some angel pictures, there were some pictures of people, and there was some pictures of craft that were done. And it was fascinating. It was just fascinating. So get outside, do some solitary work. While you're out there, they want you to release what it is that's holding you back from whatever progress that you feel you aren't making. At the very least, you can do a meditation and do a release. You can release into the ground anything you don't want or you don't want to give to anything else. Or if you have any kind of intellectual release you'd like to make, you can let it go. It's saying here you have queenly influences around you, or you are the queen. You wear your own crown. You are your own person. Very interesting. Oh, you're welcome, Judith. You're also here with a lot of people that are kindred spirits, and they want you to recognize that you are one of them, and that we all welcome you and we all love you. Thank you, Isabella. That's very kind of you. Hi, Starfish. And look what it says. It says, I don't know if you can read it. It says, true heart. Follow your heart. Follow your heart, because you're with all of us here. This is the place that you can grow and feel comfortable with whatever channels you watch or whatever people you interact with. You're being divinely called to those for your highest growth. So believe the messages that you receive, and remember to spend a little time in solitude and release anything that doesn't serve you any further. Wow. Those are my story cards. I love my story cards, which, by the way, we're doing our storytelling with Val and Marina on Friday again. I can't wait. I love doing that show. We laugh and have a good time, because we laugh about things like Margie Green saying, "Can we please have decorum in here in the Congress?" That she's up there with the speaker's gavel asking for decorum. And I'm thinking to myself, lady, you have no idea. Isabella, that's so sweet of you. Thanks again, dear. Joanne, you lost your dad 40 years ago. You met him once. I was with his brothers and sisters, and I thought I could feel him with us. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Definitely. Definitely. First of all, he's always with you. And so when I know my dad's with me all the time. And I asked Linda G, I said, my dad's a guide. Yes. And she said, oh, yeah, he's always with you. And it was actually my dad's 106th birthday while I was there. And the last time I went to the spiritual thing in 92, my dad passed. And so you can see that there's a connection. And so, yes, our loved ones are always with us. Always with us. And I think it's very magical and fabulous that you were with his brothers and sisters, Joanne, and that you were able to sort of, I don't know how to say the DNA, the emotional connection of the family. And Dad was just, I'm sure Dad was beaming. If you want to know a little bit more about maybe what Dad said, or if there's a message, please come to the show this afternoon at 2:30, the Medium show, and they might be able to get that. I don't always hear messages like they do. I just use the cards. But yes, there was a union of the family. Absolutely. And you were in the center of it. Dad was on the periphery, but Dad was there. I think Dad has a feeling that he's really so sorry that he wasn't able to be with you more for some reason. He says, you have immunity from anything that's outside of the family. In other words, you always got the protection of the family around you when it comes to the way that you live and how you are protected. I see a shifting here too. So there must have been some kind of a perceptual shift in your energy. And so that's why you really did feel it. You did sense his presence, and he was there. Always trust it. Trust it. It's important to trust it, because they bring you these messages, sometimes in subtle fashion, but you've got to be able to trust it and make sure that you thank him, thank his guides, thank your guides, thank everybody, be in gratitude. And he's always there. All you have to do is think about him. Just think about him. He'll be there. Honestly. Yep. Definitely. Okay. Heather P. Last question for the day. Yes. Yes, Ava. I believe that. Thank you again, Sharon Sipe. That was hilarious. Oh. Okay. Oh, Liza. Okay. You have to ask for loud messages. Be prepared then. That's why you heard the boom. It was you that heard the boom, I think, wasn't it? Yes. Hi, Pierrette. Yes, absolutely. Loud messages, loud and clear. Oh, my God. So if you ask for loud messages, then don't be surprised if you get them, because that's your intention. I get that sometimes in the car, don't you? Someone will, I'm veering off into another lane. That's okay. I understand. Everybody's different. Yeah, that's okay. All right, Heather. Big changes. Yes, yes, yes. Lightning strikes. Don't look at it as negative because it just means it's sudden and unpredictable. Wow. Something's going to happen that's quite unpredictable for you. Or, maybe looking back on it, it won't seem so, but at the time it might seem that way. And an announcement will be coming, or somebody will arrive, or something will happen. I'm not sure exactly who, how, when, where, or why. But a bell's going to ring. And if you watch It's a Wonderful Life, each time a bell rings, Angel gets his wings. Anyway, yeah. Ooh, we got lightning and a bell. I mean, really. Ooh. Money, 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 money. Are you getting a new job? Are you rising up in your job? Are you winning the lottery? Are you getting an inheritance? Oh, your house is up for sale. Okay, honey. It's going to come fast. You're going to hear about it, and you'll get the money. Yeah. Woo! That's a pretty good one. I got goosebumps. Heather. Good luck, dear. Wow. You have to let us know. Remembering that, okay, honey. I understand. So it's bittersweet. It's a bittersweet, but that's what Mom would want. Yeah, understand. Thank you, everybody, for everything. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for listening to me, for supporting my channel, and all the love you always give every single time. We'll be back at 2:30 which is 5:30 Eastern time, with the mediums today. If you have questions that I wasn't able to answer, or you want to talk to somebody from the other side, they are really, I'm glad you feel her. That's fabulous. She's with you. Hi, Andrea. Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Love you guys. Bye-bye.